Hello rail fans, this is Bob from Bob's N-Scale Mancave. I have a special treat for you today. I'm going to give you a little update on my layout in my man cave, which is going to be expanding out into the rest of the house. Into the woman cave, into the woman playpen area, which we call the jungle room. That's her craft room, and it's all neatly decorated. It's pretty neat. Then we're going to go into the rest of the house, which is a ranch style house, about 1,411 square feet upstairs and downstairs. But we're just going to keep the railroad upstairs for now. I'm going to show you where we're going to run the track through the kitchen area, maybe even the stairwell. I'm not sure, I haven't decided that yet. Still in the planning stages. But it's going to go out into a fireplace room, loop around there, come back into the living room area, come back around back into the fireplace room area onto another inside track, because there's going to be a double track on that in that room. And then it's going to come and make its way back into the bedroom area and back in toward the man cave. I'll show you all that on this SCARM software program for building your railroads. It's free software. It's got some glitches and stuff like that, but it is pretty neat. You can see a 3D picture of your display and of your layout, and you can see all sorts of different designs. You can build buildings and stuff like that on it, and it's pretty neat. I'll show you that sometime. But first, I need to give a shout out to some peeps. Some people that really are important to me, and here they are. Tyler, Jerry, Melissa, Brian, Henry, Kyra, Ashley, David, Kim, Barb, Hayden, Alex, Cole, Jimmy, George, Rob, Michael, James, Louie, and Corey. My wife just asked me what I was doing in here. I said, I'm giving shout-outs to my peeps. Okay, here we are. We have the man cave, the drawing on the SCARM program for creating your railroad layouts. I designed an outside border of my room, of my house. This is the current room of the man cave. As you can see, right in this area, right here, is where my computer sits. And that's where I'm sitting right now. On this side over here I have this bookshelf that's behind me, and this is that back corner. I'm in the corner of the house, so I got to move myself and my trains to the rest of the house, which is over this direction. Down here in this corner I put in just recently an extra switch right in this area to put it outside track, basically another siding, to go across and over the top of the closet. And then it'll come back, and it has an option to switch back into the main line of the man cave. Or it could just choose to stay on the main line of the man cave all day long if it wants. Or it stays and goes straight and takes a hard right and heads out of the man cave door. After it comes back in, eventually after going through all the rest of the house, they'll just come back on this other track and hook up to the main line of the man cave railway. Okay, what we have here is the whole house layout that's currently in the plan. It's always variable. You never know exactly what I can run into and have to modify as we go, but this is kind of the plan that I've set up to see what can happen. You're going to have to go through a hole in the wall, right in this area on the wall, to go from the bedroom area to the rest of the living room in this area right here. From the man cave over in the upper left-hand corner, they'll come out of the man cave, go into the woman cave, and go across a bridge in front of this corner window area, Go all the way around the room, back into the hallway. I'll show you that hallway space. Goes across into the woman cave slash craft room. And it can go and stay on the inside track, go all the way around the room, go back into the hallway, and then back into the man cave. Or we can keep it on the whole house loop. Go out through this switch, through the wall, and down into the kitchen area, and on the outside of the stairwell. The blue area is the stairwell. Now go right above the stove area, take a hard right, go across some bridges, do another left, stay on the outside loop, go across another big bridge that I'm going to build, and along the wall, and take a hard right around the corner, and go all the way around this main living room, across the front door, and down along the wall, and then back down the other wall on the inside track. Goes into this space again, and heads on the inside track of the fireplace room, and all the way around. It goes back toward this junction again, back up the outside track in the living room, and then back through the wall and along this far wall, and meeting up with the switch on the other end in the craft room. And then it's back in and around to the man cave. So basically I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 switches in this layout. Basically I'm going to have 3 switches to switch, because I'll have 2 of them wired at the same time to switch in the direction that they need to switch to get the route to go where I want it to go. That's the plan. The other option is to take this line that comes out of the craft room to go toward the kitchen and route that straight through the wall into the stairwell. And go all the way across the stairwell, and then hang its right-hand turn to go across the bridge right in this area. It might make it a little bit easier to build this turn if I build it over through the stairwell rather than through the kitchen. Of course, it'd be kind of neat to go through the kitchen. Well, let's take a tour and I'll show you what it actually looks like in room to room. Okay, from the man cave, it'll come out on that first set of switches and route through this space right here, which is a air return duct space right above the hallway to go back to the furnace. And this goes all the way through the vents to the other side. What I'm going to do in here is I'm going to put the track in there and then tunnel it. So I'm going to cover up the track area to keep it as clean as possible, and hopefully keep it clean as possible. But I should be able to easily remove the track section that's in there if I build it right. And that's one of the hurdles I got to get over. Well, it's going to go through here, come out here, go along this wall, along the closet, all the way around there. There's going to be a bridge that goes right across all the flower stuff, because this is the woman cave. And we're going to go along this wall and back in through the vent, which goes across here around this light fixture and out into this room. Comes out through the vent along this wall. A lot of the stuff's going to have to be taken down while I build the track and then put it back up on the track mountings. Go along the wall, around the parrot, through the trees around the monkey. And yes, I do have a TV mounted in a tree on the wall. As you can see, this is the jungle room. And it'll come back around here, back through the vent and back into the man cave. Or we'll go through this space right here on the wall into the other half of the house. Okay, it's going to come out of the wall here, travel across this space here, and either go through that wall there across the stairwell, or it might go through this space right in here above the cabinets. Go along through this space. I'm going to take out this whole red panel and put the train up here, or it might just go on the outside of that. I'm not sure. It might go portion through there. It depends on how it all works up with alignment of the track and what's actually inside here. The only thing I think is in here is probably the stove vent pipe that goes up to the attic. Go across here, go across over to there, along the top of the curtains, go along down here, down by the sliding glass door, and go along this beam, this fake beam that's nailed up there. Go along this paneled wall, which I need to get rid of someday. Well, along these flowers. The flowers may have to be gone too. And back around into the living room space. Goes along this wall. This is more of our Alaska wall. Go around the corner above the curtains outside the front of the house. Front of the front door. Back along that wall and across the bridge. Across down this wall. And back into the fireplace room. Comes back from the fireplace room and goes back down the wall and into the craft room. The main reason we call this the Alaska room as well, I got a big 7-foot long picture of the Mount McKinley Range in Alaska, Denali National Park, and I got some of my pictures from Alaska, some Northern Lights pictures, stuff like that. Okay, the plan for this hallway loop, so to speak, to go from the man cave to the craft room is to use this 2x4 foot MDF 1/2 inch board to cut my form out for my tunnel that I'm going to build through this space right up there. And what I'll do is I'll get a printout from SCARM of that section, put it over the top of this board, and basically trace it out. Kind of make what I need to make to fit the space that's up there. And I'm going to have to take that brace out of there so that I can fit everything through there. There's going to be 2 pieces up there going from this room, one straight across to the other side in the bedroom, one going to this room over there to the left, and one coming from the bedroom over to that room at the crafts room. So I'm going to have to make 3 pieces. Not all 3 pieces are going to come out of this board here. 2 of them might make it out of there. But I'm going to have to go get another board for that other section when I need to get to that section. Wow, all this talk is making me thirsty. Oh, you're back. I had to take a little break, get something to drink. Well, there you have it. That's a tour of my house. From the man cave to the rest of the house, that's where the railroad's going to go. At least that's the plan until something else gets in the way. I don't know. But until then, I'd like to give a special shout out to one of my best peeps, and that is my granddaughter Shayla. She's in Germany right now, and she's one of my biggest fans. She's going to be turning 2 years old here next month, and she's already starting to count to 4. And she's not sleeping in her crib anymore. She moved to her child's bed, and she's no longer sucking on her pacifier. That is awesome. She's walking down the stairs by herself, and she's doing great. I love her a lot and I miss her. Now, the man cave has just me in the man cave. I'm the only man in this house. Sure, I've got Chico. He's a dog, and he doesn't have his man parts anymore. So that makes me the only guy in the house. I have my wife. I have my niece living with me. I used to have my daughter, my sister-in-law, and I also have 2 female dogs that are also in the house. So I had like 7 women in this house, and just me and a ballless dog. You guys understand? You can't have a man cave. You gotta have a man cave, and that's the point. So I needed to expand my man cave influence to the rest of the house in some way. To say, hey, I'm still here. I'm not the only one in this house. I'm not just stuck in the man cave all the time. So my trains have to make it out to the rest of the man cave. And that's the plan. And as you can see, I did have some other examples of other train rooms that were going to be down in the basement. But right now those are on hold because we have a lot of stuff down there right now from family members storing other of their household goods while they're in transition to other places. I can not strongly express enough, stay off the railroad tracks. I posted a video to my Facebook page the other day of a kid standing next to the track trying to do a selfie with his headphones in, and one of the railroad workers got down on the front of the train and kicked him in the head because he was too close. If you're too close, getting kicked in the head is a reminder that you're too close to the tracks. When a moving train going 15 miles an hour or more hits, almost hits you. If a railroad worker can smack you in the head with his foot, you're too close to the train. All I can say is, sometimes you need a good swift kick in the head to get the message through. Have a good day, rail fans, and stop by again at DeBob's N-Scale Man Cave. Have a good night.
Let this be a public service announcement for you. Stay off the track, peeps. There's a train coming. I mean it. Get off the tracks or you might get kicked in the head. Look out!